Hi, everyone. This is Jackie Cooper with the Blockchain Legal Institute talk show, and I want to welcome everyone here today and thank you for liking and subscribing. We have many wonderful guests that are in the queue, and today is no different. It has been a little bit of a while since I've been doing recordings, and I've actually missed it. So I'm very excited to be sharing more about today's business and what they're doing, both in the AI space, but also in the business area for both those that are looking for grants, funding, and other projects. There's a lot that we're going to dive into here. Everyone is always looking to expand, and MatchAwards does that because it definitely matches everyone with their needs, whether it's in the service or product area. So as some of you might know, with the Blockchain Legal Institute, we look at technology. We look at AI, we look at blockchain, we look at cryptocurrency, digital assets, everything that's going on. And right now around the world, there's a lot of technology overlap. And so it's important to know what marketplaces to go to so you can actually do investigations and find the resources that you need. And that's one of the reasons why I was very excited about doing this recording, to tell you a little bit more about MatchAwards, because we are strategic partners and we do, Blockchain Legal Institute does really believe in what MatchAwards is doing. So with that, I am going to be, introducing Clarence in a short bit. We actually met through referrals. And as all of you know, who's listening to this, networking is where it's at, whether it's a cold referral, saying, well, maybe this business, or a warm referral, you grow your business through the network that is established both face-to-face as well as online. Clarence, how are you doing today?
Jackie, I'm doing fabulous. I appreciate the segue and the lead in. We did meet through a referral, but actually, to be more accurate, I had her number and I called her and she was driving. Jackie was driving, and she said, "Oh, let me pull over." And I said, "Oh my God, I hope I don't cause an accident." But I suppose it was a referral. A little bit about myself and MatchAwards. So MatchAwards is actually an outgrowth of AIT. AIT is a web hosting data center company. We've been in business for 30 years, started my garage, 1995. Worked an entire year, didn't make a dime, made my first sale at $19.95. And now we've gone from being a garage startup to a multi-million-dollar endeavor with our own data center. So started off as a small business. Myself, I have a military background. I was with the 82nd Airborne Division. I'm an Army Ranger. I served 13 years in the military, did 2 combat tours. Finally figured out that was a lot of hard work, and didn't know if I wanted to finish out to 20. Started this in my garage as a separate endeavor. And the next thing I know, it grew and grew and grew. MatchAwards is just the latest technological deployment of a platform that's a SaaS-based platform launched by AIT. So not much to introduce. We basically started off in the military. The impetus behind this is actually 2 interwoven plots. One is the underdog plot. I'd like to think that we represent a lot of small businesses out there who are always looking for opportunities, whether they're G2B, government to business contracts, B2B, grants, basically loans, that they have a hard time obtaining these opportunities. They don't have access to them. They don't know they exist. They don't have the tools to go chase them down. So that's kind of one impetus that's behind the launch of MatchAwards.com. The other one is, I hate to say it, but it might be a little bit of Count of Monte Cristo, a little bit of revenge plot woven in with it. I have been and participated in a lot of government contracting deals where I have attempted to partner with very large corporations, and for whatever reason have been shut out over and over and over again. And we took a hard look at that and we say, why does that happen? And that's the other motive behind MatchAwards. It's ultimately to give the small, medium-sized businesses a crack at these opportunities. And we think we developed the technology, the platform, by fusing Web 3.0 with AI and blockchain technologies. So that kind of rolls everything up in a nutshell.
No, it really does. And for those that are on the audio side, definitely pop over to the video side. You'll be able to see the video both on the Blockchain Legal Institute YouTube as well as on the streaming TV channel that we're associated with, and the other areas that we're doing our social media. But I have the page up for Match Awards, so that way we can kind of run through the menu and explain a little bit more, because it's really rich with information. And I know that you keep adding more things. One of the areas that I'm going to point out initially is the blog area. And I know that there is a lot of content information in the blogs. And for those that might not, always want to go to a website to read blogs, you can also go to bli.tools, and we'll be ending up on our homepage featuring some of the information, because it is about digital assets. There's a lot of current events. Why did you decide to have a blog area?
Well, I mean, we wanted folks to be able to express themselves, and we know user-generated content is very, very important nowadays. Not just centralized and centrally generated content. We have kind of two strategies. One, we pursue end users themselves to join the platform. These are businesses, students, governments, job seekers, everybody that's part of an economic ecosystem. The other strategy that we have is a channel-based strategy where we have EDO partners, economic development organizational partners, such as BLI, the Blockchain Legal Institute. Okay, we know that basically BLI users, the Mexican Chamber of Commerce users, the Veterans Chamber of Commerce users, they're going to have different users. They've got different economies. There's different nuances. Asheville, North Carolina, for instance, isn't the same as Wilmington, North Carolina. So our EDO partners and our end users, they belong to different organizations, and so their content and interests are going to be different. Service disabled veteran-owned set-asides are going to be different than women-owned businesses. Basically, a Blockchain Legal Institute are going to have overlapping but different interests, interests from other types of users. So we have a blog area, we have opportunities, we have matches. But when you look at the screen, there's a lot of information packed here, and this thing is constantly evolving. And the easiest way for your users to understand this is think about combining two paradigms: a social media paradigm, look and feel, okay, which people are used to, comfortable with, and they like, and an economic development paradigm, and combine the two together, and voila, you have MatchAwards. So now, if you compare it to, say, a Facebook, a LinkedIn, a Twitter X, or whatever, you kind of you'll look at it and go, yeah, it kind of looks like that. Yeah, I got it. But what's coming down in that center feed are opportunities, and those opportunities are based first and foremost on a user's profile. So a user comes into BLI's Match Award co-branded instance, and they may be attorneys, paralegals that specialize in construction law, or perhaps contract law or litigation or whatever it happens to be. They will actually overlap with other folks in other EDOs and throughout the platform. And we now have over 60,000 registered users, and we have not even begun to market yet, with 150,000 social media followers. But the point is when you come in and create your profile, the only opportunities that you're going to see, government to business, business to business, business to employee, even investor to business, business to investor, are ones that pertain to your profile. Okay, we're not going to show you puppy dogs or kitty cats or anything like that. We're going to show you hardcore money opportunities that you can interact with other users about, like, share, comment, collaborate, team up. You can look at those, and they're in the form. You can sort by grants, contracts, loans. You can sort by almost every imaginable opportunity out there. It's fresh every day. We bring the market to you. You scroll through, you like, the AI begins to see what you like more. It provides you with more of that. That is our microservices matching stack, okay? And nobody else has anything like it. Now you're able to go through as a user and get at the content that you want to get at. That's the first stack. Second stack is, well, this is great. How does it make money? Does it make money? Is there a real world use? You betcha. Okay, because we serve ads. We have one of 5 ad modules that are pay-per-click, many-to-many, real-time self-service in the world, bar none. And ours is predicated on a couple different things. One is we match the ads to the user based upon the user's profile. Without a way there, a carpenter sees ads for hammers, nails, wood, vinyl siding. An engineer, electrical engineer sees it for transformers, conduit. A consultant or an attorney may see it for whatever particular law they happen to practice. Those are the opportunities they're going to see. They're going to see other people in that arena. So that's how we make money. And there's a bidding strategy. People create their own ads. We monetize it. We're probably looking at about $1 a click, daily active users, 30 cents to $3 range. If you think about it, 50,000 active users, 60,000, 100,000 active users, just click one ad a day. That's all we ask. Okay, so the money is there. Now, why is that important? Because it ties into the third tech stack, which is basically the blockchain. All of this needs to be on the blockchain. We strive for accessibility, transparency, ubiquity, and accountability. That's what that blockchain does. No more funny business. Okay, the tokenomics is pretty straightforward. Okay, the more users that we have and the more opportunities that are in the platform, the more basically chances that we have, if you will, to drive basically users and opportunities combined, which are matches. Now, those matches become basically tokenized because the more matches we have, the more ad impressions that we serve. The more ad impressions that we serve that are relevant, the more the users are going to click on the ads. The more times they click on the ads, the more revenue the platform generates. The more revenue the platform generates, the higher the MapU token, MatchAwards platform utility token becomes, the more valuable it becomes. So it's not a meme token. We're not tied to how many baby animals. We're not tied. We're tied to a actual business model. And I'll stop right there. Go ahead, Jackie.
Well, what I was going to ask, because you mentioned two things that I wanted to expand on. You had mentioned that there's a blockchain connected to this. And so
Yes.
I want you to kind of explain a little bit more about that. And then you kind of gently introduced the fact that there's a token attached to this. So I need you to kind of explain a little bit more about that, because those are areas that people who are listening might have an interest in learning a little bit more. So do you want to talk about blockchain first?
Yes, ma'am. What we wanted to do is first we wanted to build a compelling value proposition with the platform. We just didn't want to go out there and introduce a token that would be among 30 other thousand tokens launched every month. We wanted something real. We wanted something of value. So what we call it the trifecta effect. And in any organization, you have three constituents, maybe more, but you have customers or users. Okay, let's say it's customers. You have employees and you have investors. Okay, we're not a security token. We're a meme, not a meme token. We're a utility token. So we relabel those a little bit, but the same thing concept applies. What do customers want? They want better products and services at lower prices. What do employees want? More benefits, more pay, and better working conditions. Okay, and then what do investors want? Well, investors typically say, I don't care what the first two want. I want more money going to the bottom line so it jacks up my share price, right? So these three constituents of any organization are competing for the same resources. And you've got to balance those resources as a platform or a business. We said to ourselves when we started this, how do we overlap the three? Well, the users, we've seen the benefit there. Okay. Basically they become the employees through the referral program. So the last group of people are the token holders. Okay. The quasi investors. And again, we're calling them that for illustrative purposes only. But when we make them overlap, okay, the value proposition of the platform becomes very compelling. That's where the MapU token comes into place. The MatchAwards platform user token is an Ethereum-based token. Okay, so a proof of stake. We do have a supply. We are actually tying that very indirectly through a balance sheet. We are unlike any or most tokens launched out there. We actually have a, no kidding, equivalent of a balance sheet with a $13.4 million investment going into this. Okay. So when you look at an initial 10 million token offering, you're looking at a $1.30 book value, no kidding, per token. That is the actual book value. That is what the investment is. Okay. And 2.1 million of that is cash. There was cash infused into the platform to develop it. So what the MapU token does is it tokenizes all these opportunities. The $2.3 trillion in discretionary government spending. We are the first token to tether ourselves, although we're not a stable coin either. We don't know what we want to be when we grow up. I've talked to a lot of people and they're like, what are you? And our AI came back and said, well, you've got characteristics of a stable token because you are in some respects tethered to government contracts, grants, and loans, which are measured in USD. But that's not all you are. Utility token, because there is utility inside the platform. You can use MapU for the ad module, for gamification, for other premium functions outside the platform. So in a lot of ways, what the AI has dubbed us is you're a productivity token. I said, well, I don't know if I want to be called something new yet, but the tokenomics and the MapU token launch are in play. We have a May, June, July timeframe. It's on us right now. We are in pre-ITO, initial token offering, or initial exchange offering mode right now. A token is being audited. We have 2 auditing companies right now, third party. They're in pre-audit right now. We have to make a decision in the next day or two which one we're going to go to. It's currently under legal review by a multi-jurisdictional law firm that's looking at it as well. We have basically the thing structured. So we have up to a 10 million initial token offering. We can scale that back, however, to start small. And then we've got basically the cliffs and the vesting schedules. There'll be no pump and dump here. I guarantee it, because everybody on the inside right now has a cliff and they have basically a 4-year vesting schedule that's monthly. So we are trying to imbue basically the crypto fans out there and the folks that basically deal in the crypto arena with as much confidence as we possibly can with the MapU token.
So the only thing that I'm going to say, just because I have to say it on every talk show, this is not investment advice nor legal advice, nor any of the other, disclaimers that you might hear on any of these other, talk shows. So, but it, in terms of going forward with the token and also MatchAwards, MatchAwards definitely serves a purpose. And one of the areas that you also have shared with me is about investigating and finding out about I'll call it federal overreach from the perspective of possibly, the contracts that get awarded, and then you kind of shake your head and wonder why. And so you have another area within the platform where you can actually search and, through FOIA and other ways, get this information. Why don't you share a little bit about that? Because I think that that's really an interesting search vehicle that you've embedded in here.
Yeah. Okay. So that's a good question, good comment, and I'll tell you the need behind this. So we created this platform that creates an abundance of opportunity to the 99.9% of small businesses that make up our economy. Okay, yeah. Under 50,500,000 employees. They employ 61% of the people out of the workforce. I think there's 34 million of them. So they're very, very small, very, very important, though. They're supposed to get 23% of federal contracts, grants, loans, and set-asides. That's what the mandate is. I'm here to tell you that doesn't happen. That is a falsehood. It is not true. It's not even 5%. It's more like 1 to 2%. I know because we see the data every single day. So we developed the flip side of opportunity creation, and that is basically what we call irregular spending investigation. So we have been able, because we have access to all these data points, we allow everybody to become a Doge. I'll just be honest. But let me just also be very straightforward. This is not a partisan tool. I am here to tell you that this problem is not a red problem. It's not a blue problem. It's a purple issue because
well, it ends up becoming a green problem because the money is limited, and so we have to figure out how do we kind of distribute it.
well, and that's a good point. And 23% is an optimal target because at the end of the day, I mean, we know that there are a few small businesses that started out. I'm sure we've all heard of them: Walmart, Amazon, Kentucky Fried Chicken, Mattel. Just a few small businesses that started out as small businesses. Hewlett Packard, the garage lights always on and running. Even Microsoft, boy, talk about a college dropout. And then so it's small businesses are important because that's where innovation is. Why does innovation happen in small businesses? Because we don't have a lot of resources. We've got to make them all count. Okay, so what we've developed, and on the page there, I think the fourth or fifth link down, it says search irregularities, search irregular spending. And it's on the left-hand menu, you can click on it and it actually works. So, and I don't know, Mike, if you can click on it. Jackie? Yeah. If we want to click on that, we can actually show and not just tell. If you look at opportunities, left-hand side dashboard, and it says, you can see where the spyglass is, search irregular spending. I think we can get there. Okay. So let me talk your audience about what this does. Okay, and this is of particular interest to attorneys. This is particular interest to people who need attorneys, and this is of particular interest to attorneys who may do qui tam lawsuits. So if you look, what it does is it first gives you a little short drop down upper left-hand corner. I'll stand up for a minute. How to use this guide. Very simple. You can click it. Tells you how to use it, right? Then it says spending irregularities, second drop down. So if you click on that, Jackie, it's going to give you some examples of what people can look for in the down arrow. And right there. Okay, so it says sole source awards. If you want to click on that and just leave it for a second. I think we missed it. Okay, click. Okay, you had it on there. Okay, right there. Go, don't move. You had it. There you go. There you go. Right there. You had it. As soon as you click on spending irregularities,
it keeps moving away from me.
Yeah, you click on the text and then don't move. And if we have to, we just move. Clicked on the text and then don't move. Don't move. Okay, scroll down a bit.
I'm trying.
Okay, you're right there. Scroll down a bit more. It's right below start chatting in 1.1 minutes.
Okay. Got it.
Okay, no, it's for whatever reason, it's not, the application here is not allowing it. So if you scroll back up again, I'll verbalize it. But if everybody can get to this, what it does is it lists basically spending irregularity examples. Those may be sole source contracts that should have been competed because they're a rare skill. Okay. But they're basically, they go to the same company over and over again, and it may be something like carpentry. Well, carpentry is not a rare skill. Everybody can do it. So why are all these contracts being sole sourced? Why are all the purchase orders being sole sourced? Okay. And I don't know what's going on here. Something just popped up.
I went into one of the applications.
Okay. So basically, let's say Mike keeps winning a contract for catering on Fort Bragg, Fort Liberty, whatever. Okay. So I am also in the catering business, and I see Mike keeps winning these catering awards. I'm going to ask the question, why does Mike keep winning these catering awards? Well, Mike may know Charlie, who's responsible for doing the purchase orders and the contracts for catering on Fort Bragg. I don't know that, but what this tool allows you to do is look at that. It also allows you to initiate, it's soon coming, an RF or request for information, RFI, to the contracting officer, Charlie, and say, Charlie, I'm Clarence. and I'm in the catering business. Why does Mike keep winning a sole source contract that's nothing but getting a bunch of food together on plates and serving them up, and he's getting $2 million a year? How come I'm not getting that, Charlie? So Charlie's got to answer a question. Charlie's not going to want to answer the question. So the next thing the platform will do is press a button, and a FOIA request goes to Charlie. Charlie has to answer it, right? It's a FOIA request, and he's a government official or representative. Charlie doesn't want to answer that question for a number of reasons. And it might be because Charlie's sister is married to Mike. We don't know that yet, right? The last thing is it basically says, I need a partner that's a lawyer that specializes in government contracting for Department of Defense or whatever it happens to be. Any of the BLI lawyers that are registered in the platform with those key terms in that profile will connect to Mike. Mike is going to file a complaint. Now, the other thing is we have what we call backdoor contracting and grants. Backdoor is basically I set up, I'm a large company. This has happened to me. I set up 5, 6 shell LLCs. And then I work with Mike, who's working in earnestly with a disabled veteran-owned contract or grant, whatever it happens to be, or a purchase order. And then basically, I get Mike's work product, and at the last minute, I eject Mike, and I take one of my shell LLCs that happen to have disabled vets in them that work for my large defense contracting firm, which has happened to me. And boom, I put them in front. Now they get the business small disabled veteran set-aside contract. Obfuscation, that's a really clever one. When you go here, your users will see it. What they do is to win contracts over and over again is they'll change one letter or one digit and make it look like a different company. Or you'll see the same UEIs, unique entity identifiers, at the same physical address. Our AI goes out and it looks for all these suspicious looking things. And there are dozens of them. There's more creative ways to cheat than you can even begin to shake a stick at. Well, not anymore. The AI goes out and it finds it. Another one I love is gift cards. So I don't know if you can type into the tool or not, but if you type in gift cards, I'll show you something that will just knock your socks off. I don't know if you can get to the search bar. Gift cards are unbelievable way to launder money. And
give me a second while I do that. So,
okay.
Yeah, so I'll go back over to.
You go back to the tool, and it's under purchase orders. Yeah. But I mean, the amount of money that we've seen, and the other thing is overspending. Yeah. I've seen projects that should cost no more than $100,000 go for $5, $6, $7 million overspending. And it's very clever the way it's done. Cost plus contracts, time and material contracts. And they seem to go to the same people over and over again. The revolving door also that I'm talking about is, isn't it odd that the same people that are supposed to regulate an industry are also the beneficiaries of the largesses that reach that industry through contracts, grants, purchase orders? So anyway, while you're pulling that
waiting
up, if they type in gift cards, you will see, for instance, the VA, that's a big one, has been awarded $100,000 in gift cards, $150,000 in gift cards. These are Target gift cards. These are Walmart gift cards. So instead of paying unknown volunteers in cash, they're issuing gift cards, which, as Mike and I know, is a big no-go. What are you doing issuing gift cards? And a lot of times what's a mystery to me is they're issuing the gift cards to the same companies over and over and over. Well, what do the gift cards do? They create a layer of obfuscation, obscurity. What did they buy with the gift cards? I don't know what they bought with the gift cards. Nobody in the government knows what they bought with the gift cards. Because once you buy the gift card,
we have it now.
You're on the right place. So if you just go back to hit enter, reload the whole thing. Yeah, you see gift cards. You typed in gift cards into the search, and so look at all those gift cards. You can even reset it and go back again because you can sort it from higher to lower. It'll show you the highest ones. Yeah, just hit reload if you want, Jackie. $195,000, sir. Gift
Well,
card.
so let me see. Yeah. Let's see here. Let's see here. Okay. So let me go back down.
Yeah, you got purchase awards there. Yeah, you can clear, but what it's done is it's brought up everybody that has
Like you
gift cards.
said, whoops,
Yep.
Daisy, there's 195,000 Department of Defense.
Yeah, turnkey gift cards. What are they doing? You can drill down into it. You can find out who the contracting officer is, probably the registered agent. So when you have to serve them papers, you can serve them papers. But if they don't answer the FOIA request, but yeah, you can go through here and you can sort. If you go to the top, it'll allow you to sort by dollar amount, company that received them, all the details that you want to know, and all the information that you need. We are seeing this tool being used, and it's upsetting a lot of people. Mostly the people it's upsetting are the people who are seeing what's going on with my money. What are you spending it on? And of all things, for God's sake, I mean, gift cards? Seriously?
So I like the tool. I like the idea that you can kind of do research and then figure out how to use that information for good, to help others. I wanted, because we covered a lot, I want to kind of give like an overview again for those that are listening on how this can benefit them. I know that for example, Blockchain Legal Institute, we're in MatchAwards because we want to provide a service, but for companies that are looking at signing up for sure with MatchAwards, there is a link that is on blockchainlegalinstitute.tools, so that way you can just click on through and then you can sign up. Let's go over again with them some of the benefits for them to sign up. I mean, is there a cost to sign up?
Nope, there's zero cost to sign up.
Cost
To be part of this platform is completely free. The primary benefit is a very powerful lead generation tool that evens the playing field, that gives you access and knowledge about opportunities which you never would have had the resources to get before. Most small businesses have less than 5 people. Who's got the time to go out and look for all this? Nobody. So it's free. It's a massive lead generation platform. It's very, very convenient. The benefits to the users are very obvious. It also allows you to basically advertise inside the platform using the MapU token. The MapU token will be issued to you basically as a utility token. The more you use it in the platform, the more value it gains. So in a sense, this is not an investment pitch, obviously, but the more you get in the platform and the more you use the platform, the more valuable the MapU token becomes. And at the beginning, we're going to be giving it away for free. So there's no investment. It doesn't cost you anything. And we're going to be passing it out. And there's lots of other cool benefits to come. It allows you to network and team and collaborate around opportunities with people all over the world. And this isn't just a US-based platform. It is designated or we're determined to make it a global platform and to be traded on multiple exchanges. We want the ability to do that, and we want to build real value. I know there's a lot of basically token holders out there, and you all hold different tokens, and I know that. And I personally, coming from a traditional business and financial background, I am not fond of artificially induced valuation based upon artificial supply and demand. That makes no sense to me. I can't wrap my head around that for the long term. I'm more like, you've got to produce something of value. Okay. I've got to be able to eat it, live underneath it, wear it, have some value besides, hey, here's the total supply. Therefore, this is what supply and demand is, what drives the value. I also, and this is just me personally, I have a hard time wrapping my head around value that's based upon something that I can't control. I can't control. I don't know how much rain is going to fall in the Amazon rainforest, on July 22nd. I don't know that. And so I don't want to stake anything to that. So there are a lot of advantages to this platform. And the other one that's really big is we have a token holder page that will have all the ratios the valuation ratio, the number of opportunities available in the platform, the dollar amount being generated, the distribution ratio, the liquidity ratio, all those will be in there. Real empirical data that token holders can look at and basically make educated and informed decisions about the platform and the token itself.
Hi, everyone. This is Jackie Cooper again, and we want to thank Clarence for being on the Blockchain Legal Institute talk show and for sharing more about MatchAI. MatchAI is a partner of the Blockchain Legal Institute, and we're excited to have them share the grant opportunities and the services and products that are within their marketplace. So definitely hop on over to the link that we have within the blog below, so that way you can enjoy their services and the products and the grants. If you have any questions, feel free to reach back out to us. Again, thank you so much, Clarence, for being on. We look forward to learning more about the services that you're developing within MatchAI. I know that there's a lot of future conversations that we're going to have. So everyone, be sure to like and subscribe. There are many more conversations in the queue, and we look forward to serving you more with those within our community. Have a great day. Bye.